We're back with another Star Wars themed Roll for Crit playback. This time around, it's Star Wars Armada.
Unlike the last one with dogfights, this one will focus on the entire fleets of both sides, meaning each side's going to bring their biggest ships to the table. We'll see whether the rebels are able to hold their lead. I'm Will Keeler.
I'm Jonathan Estes, and this is Roll for Crit playback. If you watched our X-Wing video, you'll notice that we have switched sides this time around.
That's right, I will be taking command of Luke Skywalker and the Rebel fleet.
And I will be the Imperial forces, which is why, as you can see, I have this gigantic Star Destroyer on my side.
And that's not even their biggest one.
Right.
So we begin by setting our lovely discs.
You get to do all three this time.
Yeah, you actually get to think of how you have to plan ahead instead of just doing yours. So, I'm going to start with my Corvette here, as you may have remembered from A New Hope, or just plain Star Wars.
Some may, some may not.
So he is performing the concentrate fire action. However, I'll be just getting a token because there's nothing really to shoot right
There's
now.
not a lot of firing that's going to be happening.
So he's going to hold on to it.
Okay, there you go.
Aha!
All right, he's swinging in from the side.
Now the question is, what ship will Jonathan be moving?
The choices are delicious and numerous. Okay, so this is what my guy did. He did squadron control.
Oh, man.
Not that there's really any much good reason for him to do that. I'm gonna let's go with these two guys, and I'm just gonna move them. He's gonna go.
Click. Well, after your impressive move to move your TIE fighters around, throwing me off my game.
You know how I do.
My Nebulon is charging forward, and I will actually bring its speed up because I wasn't really sure what you're going to do, so I'm like, I'll just see what he does and maybe move his speed up, even though I could have set it at 3 to begin with.
Okay. That's, options are good.
I'm going like this.
Hey, buddy. Squadron time.
For you.
For you. Okay. I just have one more dude left. It's my special. It's my lady. What's her name?
Like Night Howl?
Howl Runner.
Howl Runner.
Oh. But her whole shtick is helping these guys, so that's why I put her there. Hey, fellas. Oh, that's right. Hers is 4. So okay. Successful round 1.
No. I have one more ship.
Excuse me. Please. What was I thinking? Where are my manners?
How could you? I'm a little insulted.
Wasn't
Hey
rude.
guys, I'm sorry, I'm catching up.
It was just some jerk. What do you want to do with your spaceships to shoot me through?
I'm going to start with the Nebulon.
Okay.
This time. And
Old Nebby, I call him.
Squadron! He shoots forward. He's behind 3. I'm going to shoot that one.
Okay.
Well,
wow.
I'm not even going to roll the 4th.
Well, yeah, this guy is gone. First blood.
Now the second one.
Wow. Welp. So much for swarm abilities.
And wait, he wasn't in attack range at all, was he? Oh, he was.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, then I'm going to attack. So, 2 crits enough. So I guess can't negate the take half damage.
Makes sense. So I'll use one of my redirects. Yeah, I'll take both over there.
All right, and now my Nebulon moves 3. Now this is the part I'm not so fond about, because your guy likes close range, and I'm about to crash into him.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
I went too far. I went too fast. I got cocky.
Don't get cocky, kid. All right. So she's taking a shot on this set of X-wings. So I need 3 blue dice. Okay.
Wow.
That's a little revenge.
Did not think I'd...
3 damage for those of you at home who can't see our dice.
This guy's not gonna last long.
And he'll attack the same ship, because why not? So now he does get an extra die because she's in the zone.
You kill him without the reroll.
Alright. Okay. 1 for my 2, and then... So, I mean, obviously, yeah, I'm just doing this whole...
So you roll 3 black and 3 red.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You are so lucky.
Wow.
And I'm so unlucky.
Yeah, I'm gonna mitigate half of that.
So
I take 1 damage.
So this shield is at 0,
but
you have no actual damage.
Yeah.
I just primed you for hopefully some...
That was just
later.
crazy. I was just like, I'm about to get hit so hard, and then nothing. Oh god, I just realized.
What?
No matter what, you're ramming my ship. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're right.
So we both take damage. You're at a speed now of 0.
Yeah, I just can't move. There's no way for me to get around you.
All right, now this guy moves, so he's gonna shoot forward. 3.
So in 2 rounds, we basically played a game of X-Wing.
Yes, pretty much.
In terms of casualties.
So, now if you've been keeping up with our playbacks for the last month, we actually played X-Wing before this, which is actually when we played with just the, I would say, the smaller ships, which in this game are called the squadrons.
And I think, unlike a lot of, like most times, like when we talk about Eldritch Horror, for example, we tried to talk about it on its own merits as opposed to compared to Arkham. I feel like with Armada, there's almost no way around directly comparing it to X-Wing.
Well, because in essence, it's X-Wing, like I said, is in the beginning, is the dogfights, which you have sort of the fighters. This is the fleets. This is the actual whole military. This is where you actually have to zoom down. You
zoom
see
out.
The generals, moving the ships around.
This is after they played X-Wing. They were like, "Oh, this is too small for these other ships. We need to make a whole new game to fit them onto the
Well,
field."
it was the only way that anyone was ever going to use a Star Destroyer.
Right. Yeah. Unless it's just a shadow above you.
If you did not know, the one I was using is the Victory class. This is not the large ones you see in the movie that takes up the Corvette and stuff. That is the Imperial class, which they just released, and it's like this big. So if you imagine the X-Wing ships, that's like 3 times the size of the Corvette at least.
It's
so
pretty crazy.
It would be bigger than you.
So how does that change? Like in essence, you might think, well, you could have X-Wing and just say these are to a different scale. But they did change a decent amount of both the mechanics and the components, I think, especially.
Well, because first off, you have to look at the difference between a fleet battle versus a dogfight, which you definitely feel in this game. If you've ever watched even regular ships nowadays, the smaller things are much faster. So when they have a dogfight, it's much more like when we were playing X-Wing. I know I felt it, especially since I was playing the TIE Fighters. But I mean, you probably felt it too. It's a lot more about sort of fast maneuvering and you're sort of doing the shooting runs. Well, this sort of has that because of the larger ships. It's more about positioning yourself to get those heavy cannons and ready.
It's much more
like you can take those 10 shots.
Yeah, it's really big picture. Like it kind of feels like it moves faster and slower at the same time.
Actually, no. I think the big picture thing is what actually captures it perfectly.
Yeah.
Because in X-Wing, the victory condition is you have to defeat your opponent. You're going for the full-on kill.
Right.
The big picture in this is not the full-on kill.
Right. Well, that's what's really interesting about it.
You only need to do, in essence, decimate their forces enough that they lost more points.
So unlike X-Wing, this game actually has a round limit. So there's 6 rounds and that's it. So I don't know, how did you feel about that? Did you like that there was a time limit, or did you feel like...
I'm actually split on it.
Yeah.
I like it because there is a time limit.
Right.
So
we can stop instead of dragging
really nice,
this out.
Because that makes things a little bit easier. This is going to end in 3 turns anyway, so you're like, I can do this without as much worry.
Right. It definitely changes your strategies up a lot.
The problem is, which I've noticed in the few times we've played this, is it doesn't come down to the big ships getting destroyed. It's whoever can destroy the other one's little ships first.
Well, we should, first of all, again, if you couldn't tell, we're only using the base game. We haven't played with expansions.
And only one base thing game this time.
And right. And
because there's no Force Awakens Armada set
yet.
Not yet.
And we're basically novices of this game. But yeah, I definitely felt like every time we played, it seems like by like round 3 or 4, you pretty much knew how it was gonna go. There wasn't. Whereas in X-wing, I was always like, oh, it was down to like 2 ships usually, and it was really tight.
Like that, you felt like a dogfight.
It was like whoa, it's like that. Box quote. But yeah, and like you said. It really came down to like our big ships didn't do half as much as the other.
Well, actually,
as our little guys.
No, that's why.
I think that might be partially our fault though, so I don't want to like make any big declarations about it.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why I like using the big ships. Don't get me wrong. I mean, well, the one I really want to use is the new Raider. I think it's called the Imperial Raider.
The one that's this big and an X-wing is this big.
Yeah, no, more important. That's because it's this big in this version. So I'm like, yeah, it's not like taking up half the table. Like, can you X-wing? I'm just like.
Yeah. The other things that I really like, I love what they did with the components in this. The new command dials, as opposed to just the cardboard ones.
It took me and I'm like, which one are you talking about?
And also the maneuver track that's instead of cardboard pieces is now you actually bend it. I think that is fantastic. And I wouldn't mind if they had even adopted that somehow for X-wing, but it's a little hard because that's different.
No, because I think the maneuver works well for what they are. Because when you look at X-wing, I have to go back because it is a dogfight versus a fleet ship.
I think it's
Those
totally
ships
fair.
Move in weird turns, and that's why you remember how some of them have crazy U-turns.
These are much less.
In this, I mean, like imagine a giant boat in the water. It doesn't make a crazy U-turn. It goes.
Yeah, exactly. So it definitely it makes sense.
I think it captures, and I think it makes sense for the way they capture it.
And it's almost kind of freeing too when you're with the squadrons because you're like, oh, it can just go. You don't have to worry about its position. It's just like, boop, you just.
But
move
you know what I think actually is the problem with this?
Oh, what's that? Not enough ships.
No, actually, I don't think it's the game.
Okay.
I think it's the core set. I don't think the core set gave me the same components to get the thrill that we got from the X-wings.
Well, we were also using 2 core sets when we played X-wing.
Right. No, but even even when we played with one, like I would say outside the fact we didn't play with debris. Here's my reasoning.
Yeah.
In the last one, I remember playing with both sides, even though even when you combine the two, the Imperial side, like getting the point limit, like maybe changing some of the ships took a little bit of time, but really, like especially the Rebels, you can hit full points without even trying, not too hard. In this one, both of us were just scratching our heads, and a lot of the upgrades I felt when we looked were like these aren't that good.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with you on that.
So I don't think it's the game. Like I had fun with the game. I just wish some of the point limit for us, like the fact that the rules say you have to have. I think both of us actually would not have our commanders if we didn't have to have a flagship.
Right. Right. Yeah, we didn't like that. There's only one choice for each of us, so we did. Yeah,
we were also, if we were playing the original rules, which takes 300 points instead of the 160, which
180,
was 180, which was what the.
There's just the core set. That's how many you get.
And that's where I don't think the problem's in the game. I think the problem's in the core set.
I also don't think the problem is in
at least I should say any problem I have with the game.
Right. I don't think the problem is with the ships either. I think it's strictly the cards assigned to them.
Yes.
Like I think in terms of number of ships and squadrons, I like that it's I have like 6 things of TIE fighters. Like that's cool. Or 4 things of X-wings. Like I think they did fine with that. It's really the upgrades. I wish they had some cooler ones.
No, I think he's not in a good place right now.
He's kind of in between a rock and a hard place.
I am gonna go for that guy.
Well, this one, right?
Yep.
Goodbye. So I'm gonna use my engineering token
to heal that one.
Repair token.
I'm fine with them.
I was like, do you have every token? How is that possible?
I'm fidgeting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have line of sight to your right flank.
You do, but you're in the 3rd quadrant, which means I can negate 1.
So I won't use this yet then. I'm going to save this. So I'm going to try to hit your right flank with 2 red dice.
Okay.
Well, then it's almost pointless, though. No, I should, because if you can already evade 1...
All right.
The most I could do is take down 1 shield, and I'd rather have a chance of...
Go for it. They're both valid strategies.
I just love you, like, do it.
All right, so I flipped this over, and remember, squadron! So Luke's gonna go for your special TIE fighter now.
My last TIE fighter.
That's 3.
Well, she has defense.
Yeah, but let me roll. I get to roll 1 more.
Oh.
I might be able to.
Damn, those X-wings, man. They got serious power.
I'm really hoping. Yes! So I got total of 4 damage, and I'm making it so you can't scatter.
All right, so I still take 2, right?
Yeah.
So she's dead too.
I was like, please do it, otherwise he'll just scatter.
Yeah. That's what makes her so good.
No, that scatter is really good.
Yeah.
And now he gets to move. 2.
What's your speed? 3?
2.
Oh, 2. Okay. There you go.
I'm gonna go for that.
Which one?
Your ties.
But you're being obstructed, aren't you?
Yeah, so I only roll 3 instead of 4.
Oh boy, only 3. X-wings, man, they're crazy.
It ain't Luke Skywalker.
They should have called this game X-wing. That's how good those X-wings are.
Yep. So I can cancel the.
Yep. So it's no matter what, she's a goner.
Mm-hmm.
Well, on the plus side, I have less to worry about.
All right.
On the bad side, I have more to worry about.
You've lost your squadrons.
My squadrons are completely gone, and you still have 2. I've killed managed to kill 2 of your squadrons. Or only 1.
That I didn't even use him. So I'm gonna be rolling 4.
Against what? You need to tell me what.
I am sorry. I'm gonna be rolling 4 against.
Oh wait, what am I talking about? I don't have. Well, you have to have which zone. Yeah.
2 crits for 2 damage, but I can only activate 1 crit.
Only 1 crit matters.
So 1,
There's
2, 3, 4. I'm dealing a total of 4 damage, and a crit's gonna go through.
Well,
give me a minute.
I still have all my defense tokens.
Yeah,
so.
which is why I'm going to.
Oh no! You have a thing that can stop them?
Cancel. If I roll blue crit, I can cancel all the attack damage. Just deal face up.
Oh, I see.
All right. You have a ruptured engine.
I have a ruptured engine. After I execute a maneuver, I take a damage if my speed is more than 1. Okay. I'm actually pretty okay with that. Well, I'm gonna use this to lower my speed to 1, which I actually was going to do anyway. Although now that you moved behind me, well, we'll see. I mean, I'm less maneuverable, but anyway. And I will also repair right now too, so I get 4 points to heal with. And then I get to move. My speed is only 1. I'm just gonna go straight. And
really?
Chill on this.
And heal.
On this base, yeah. Oh yeah, I got to do it right away. So you have a ship still over here to deal with.
Yep, so look what it's doing. It's repairing! So first, I'm going to use 2 of them to heal, give that 1.
That's just, just 1 in general.
Yeah. And I'm going to move 1 of the front
to this side. You better be careful, because he's a little
1.
Close to the edge there. Walking a dangerous line, my friend.
Barely. Ooh, he's just like, don't retreat, don't retreat!
Living on the edge! It seems like, oh, this guy has 8 health, he's in a good position. Except, it doesn't matter, because I need to be able to kill one of your ships to have a chance of winning, and I think, once again, I already know it's impossible.
Yes, he can barely hit. So he rolls 4 red.
I may as well cut it in half. So I'll just take that shield down to 0. I don't think it matters, because if you were able to kill him in this final round, I'd be really impressed.
Yeah, no, I don't think that ever is gonna happen unless we both become much more veteran at this game.
Yeah. All right, so I'll take one last futile
attack
shot at your
Corvette.
Nebulon.
Or
that's your Nebulon.
Right.
I wish I could get at the Corvette because he's a much better target.
So are you gonna use that extra die then?
I may as well.
So 3 red.
Nothing.
So yeah, well, I don't do anything because it's just 1 damage, so I can't cut it in half.
I could let him overlap the debris now, just as a final goodbye. I was working for the rebels. Well, that's it. So unless I'm mistaken, you took out the rebels have prevailed once again. I think I took. I figured out strategies better and faster in X-Wing. I feel like I still in Armada was just like, I didn't really feel like I knew what I was doing.
You know what the thing is though? I feel half the time I had that feeling.
Yeah.
Like I said, was because I was like, did I choose the wrong upgrade? I never felt like I chose the wrong upgrades in X-Wing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. When we were playing, it was like I feel like both sides were like, we like what we got here.
Yeah.
And both of us on both sides were, this time, whoever won or lost, were kind of like, this works.
I think the problem was maybe because the upgrades and stuff are, and maybe because almost a fear that happened a little bit. Not really. No, because the big ships just sort of would clash a little bit, then go away, and we wouldn't really hunt them down.
Right.
I think
might be, I think maybe a fault again on or at least my part.
On our part, yeah.
In not going after the
but
right.
But I do
targets.
think also because the upgrades, when you don't feel as strong on your ship, you're not going to play as strong.
Huh. All right, it's a psychological thing you're
saying.
Yeah,
because I know I went for you with my Corvette more because I was like, oh, I got all these blue dice now. I'm just going to crit and then hit through your shields.
Interesting.
So I know I was a bit more aggressive than you were when you played with the Rebel side. Right. But first of all, I cannot imagine any of these games without the debris. I think that has to be said.
Right,
again.
the obstacles.
It's even better in this one because there's different kind of debris.
Yeah, that's great. Obstacles.
Which actually was really funny. Because you're going to see you in the playback use it.
Probably already did.
Yes. Technically me at the end. The space station lets you heal. When we first played this, I got the places, I'm like, I'm going to put it on my side. That way it's all for me. And we never used it because it was so close. We just
you realize, by the time you need it, you're on the other side of the map.
Yeah. So this time we put it in the center, and we're like...
Also, we didn't experience it, but if you're using more than the core set, you actually use a 3x4 playing field instead of a 3x3. So there is more space.
I actually would really like that.
Yeah.
But I definitely think this one... Because of the core set, though, which I don't know if they even meant it, it makes me hunger for like the expansions more.
Maybe that's their sinister
very
plan.
Clever. But the thing is, it's not the big one. Like I don't want the Imperial Destroyer.
Right.
I want like the small ones.
Well, try to step back for a minute. Big picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Disregarding your issues with the core set. Mm-hmm. Do you think you would like, in a perfect settings, like Armada more or less than X-Wing? Do you have that feeling? Because
first of all, I do think another reason why it's hard to judge. This is where I do not think we can. It's hard to judge the Armada versus X-Wing. X-Wing's been out longer.
True.
Bigger variety of ships.
That's true. But let's just. Well, we've only played with the core sets, though.
True.
So let's just stick to those two core sets. Which did you enjoy one better than the other?
I'm trying to.
The designers are watching, so whichever one you choose, their
man.
feelings will be hurt.
No, even like.
You want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead. I need to think on it.
Well, I will say, initially, I feel like I like the improvements Armada made a lot. Like I said, I like that maneuver stick more. I like the way the dials work more. I think in a similar way, weird comparison to like how Legendary Encounters, it kind of improved on Legendary Marvel in a lot of ways. That's a completely out of left field comparison, but I thought they really did a good job upgrading the style and the components. But if I really had to think about it overall, and maybe it's just because I won more, I feel like I had more fun with the original X-Wing. At this point in time, I think with more experience, that my opinion might change.
I think I'm sort of very similar to that. I think because the actual components and rules themselves, I think are better.
Yeah.
I think,
it's
like I
polished.
said, if I had more of the expansions and stuff, I think I probably would enjoy Armada more. But because of maybe with the Destroyer just seemed to be sort of just floating around, it didn't really do anything. And maybe if we had more points, we could use the stronger one, and I could actually fear for my life a bit more.
Right.
You know, another thing is you did have one good attack, and you rolled nothing.
Oh, that's right. That was so disappointing.
That would have changed the game.
Yeah, that was like the best. Like all of them were blanks. That's the only time anyone's ever gotten like a full-on.
No, with the Destroyer, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're both kind of halfway. We don't really know, but we're kind of leaning towards X-Wing.
I think I lean towards. I guess part of me just likes the dogfighting style because it's faster.
But at the same time, I will say. Well, since you saying it's faster, the action I felt like happened much more quickly in this game. Like because there's only 6 rounds, round 2, you're shooting each other.
No,
X-Wing,
yes.
we chickened out a lot more.
I do. Another reason why I really want the upgrades because I can see the upgrades being so much cooler.
Yeah.
Like I want you to imagine now, like okay, I'm flying my victory class being led by Darth Vader.
Whoa.
And I have like you can like think of all the cool upgrades you could throw on more because it makes more sense for the X-Wing. I feel like what you're choosing X-Wing, like here's the ship, that's it.
Right.
You're not real like technically, you could
This
have the
you could
upgrades.
really recreate.
This you can make much
stuff.
more, or not even recreate movie stuff. You can do much more interesting. Like I have this Star Destroyer who now I gave him a plasma cannon with an ion beam or something. Like
Yeah, or something.
And we forgot to mention we didn't play with it, but there are tasks, which I think
Objectives.
I think we would probably enjoy this version more with tasks.
I don't know. Well, I liked the idea of missions in X-Wing. The objectives in this one are pretty different because they're not story based, but it is more like you're trying to do this. But you're right, because it wouldn't be, instead of just waiting till time runs out, you actually have like a goal.
Right, and I think the difference is I feel like the missions in X-Wing, at least from the little, seem more like not as much of we're playing against each other. It's more like one side has a puzzle to solve.
Yeah, it's like a campaign mission or something.
Right, and it's more like one side's sort of like either made very hard or lose. But this I feel more like is like. It would make more sense since the big ships don't seem to get destroyed as much. Mm-hmm. Like you could do things like
more strategic.
Because and like we said, this game isn't about destroying all your ships.
Especially because as it had, like if we were to play again with the same components again, I kind of feel like we've kind of stretched the limits of everything. There's not really a lot that I feel like, oh, what will happen this time? I think probably the same stuff will happen.
Well, I feel like the same with the X-Wing one. I don't feel like.
I guess, but I don't know. I felt a little more like I don't know, maybe because maybe this time, I don't know, maybe it's true of both, but I felt more in this.
I know in the previous X-Wing we talked about possible where they can take it.
Yeah.
And I've already got two things.
What are yours? Because I don't have anything.
Well, you know one.
The Death Star.
No, that's not one because I couldn't fit on a table. Well, actually, no, wait, that was one. You're fighting on the surface of the Death Star. We said that
last time.
So that could still work.
What's your other one?
Well, the first one is, as I talked about this.
Wish you had only one.
Well, it's really quick. When the two squadrons meet up, then you go to another table to play X-Wing. And you play the X-Wing match, and then you go out and see. That's how you decide.
Which we will do at some point. And the other one.
The other one is that Gundam could totally have an Armada version, which would be really cool.
Well, you just want a miniatures game for Gundam.
Well, yes, but also I think this would actually be cool to have.
This system would
to
work
have
with
like, like the Zaku's flying with TIE fighters and.
So
you have no idea what I said.
I know about Duo. That
okay.
one name of a character from Gundam Wing. Is there a hero? It doesn't matter. This is about Star Wars. So, any other final thoughts? We both overall like the game.
We actually just mentioned at the very beginning. Do you think if we are going to see a Star Wars Armada Force Awakens starter set?
I think it's too late. I think they said, especially because here's the thing, X-Wing core sets are cheap. Armada is a lot bigger and a little heftier, more expensive. So I think they're not as likely to just. But I definitely could see them throwing in ones down the line. But I think since the movie's already coming out, they missed that window.
Right.
I don't think they're going to do it. But we probably will, if they have a giant new ship, I'm sure that will come into the game, yeah. So let us know if you're watching. We want to hear from you about your experiences with Armada and how it compares to X-Wing.
And how we were terribly wrong and just did not play right.
And do you like one over the other? We would love to hear it. Or if you want to suggest a game for the future, you can comment below here on the YouTubes, or you can email us. Our address is rollforcrit@gmail.com.
And of course, there is Twitter, where we're at rollforcrit, and our personal Twitters, where you can message us. But most of all, you can just visit our website, rollforcrit.com. We sell all the Armada and expansions. We also include X-Wing, plenty of other Star Wars games.
Yes.
And if you keep checking on the news, we'll have another Star Wars video up soon.
So this is the Empire Strikes Back of our 3 Star Wars playbacks for the month. Mm-hmm. So we should end on a dramatic cliffhanger.
Oh yeah.
So
I am Jonathan's father,
and I'm gonna freeze Will and Carbonite, and you've been watching Roll for Crit Playback.